Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly video update. We're looking at trading opportunities for the week of December 12th to the 16th. 12th to the 16th. Hi, this is Martin, and this week what we want to do is be aware of all the different news, economic news that's coming out, especially Wednesday and Thursday. And on Wednesday, we may have a possible U.S. interest rate hike, and that's because the FOMC news event takes place at 2 p.m. on this Wednesday. So be prepared for that. There could be a lot of volatility in the markets as it is expected that the U.S. will increase their interest rate by 0.25% for this Wednesday. So just be aware of that. As well, there's more interest rate news on Thursday. The Swiss National Bank early in the morning. That's before you wake up. There'll be some news from the Swiss National Bank with regards to their interest rates, and then the British. Britain will also have a news announcement. I believe it's for 7 o'clock in the morning. Again, early enough, and that could create some volatility in the markets. They're also going to decide on their interest rate, whether they're going to increase or keep it the same. Most likely, it'll stay the course. But just be aware of that. Wednesday and Thursday, that's the economic news that could impact your existing trades if you have any open or any trades that you may want to take. Volatility, as you know, is great for the markets. When there's lots of movement, there's opportunity to make some money. Okay? Okay, the very first chart I want to take a look at for trading opportunities for this coming week is the Euro USD. Even though it says Euro USD daily, I've actually switched the chart already to weekly. This is the weekly chart, and I just want to show you this huge bearish pin bar for the entire last week here. You can see there's the body of the candle, it's black, but look at the huge tail or shadow above this black body. Okay, so at one point, buyers had pushed price all the way up here, but then sellers took control and brought price all the way back there, and it's closed down to near to the low of the week there. So you can see we have a huge bearish push to the downside, and let's switch now to the daily. Okay, let me just zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay, so here you can see, um, for the most part of last week, we had a bearish move to the downside after a pretty good move to the upside the previous week. And the beginning of last week, we had a huge up candle, but then we got into resistance area right here. Sellers are bringing price down again, and when you see this kind of movement, we're kind of stuck sideways, even though last week was a downtrend. We're kind of going sideways, so now you have to be careful. My bias is to the downside, so I'd be looking for sell trades. I mean, price may blow right through the support zone, but price may also bounce up off of here. So if price bounces higher, I would look for selling opportunity to the downside or selling evidence to the downside. Okay, so my bias is still to take sell trade at some point, but you can wait for a pullback and then look for evidence to the downside, or you can just wait for a break here below. And we're looking at what is that price there? Below 107.70. Okay, let me just get the cross here. So yeah, 10 104.70. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Break below 104.70 to the downside. We can see that the MACD is starting to curl over. It's starting to cross the signal line here. So there is momentum to the downside, but again, just beware that price may go sideways and then down, or pull back and then down again. Okay, now we come to the British pound USD. Again, this pair really keeps surprising everyone, especially after the big Brexit vote. It seems to be going higher. We are trending higher, and one of the things you can look at to actually substantiate the claim of price going higher is when price makes higher lows over its previous low. So here's a low, here's a higher low. So right now we're still in a higher low, also making a higher high. Here's the previous high, making a new higher high, new higher high. So when you've got this stair step a pattern, up, down, but progressively going higher, that certainly is an indication of an uptrend. And like I said, the British pound keeps surprising everyone. So here I see price in the short term coming down just a wee bit, okay, just a wee bit to the support area, but then look for a bounce up to the upside. So my bias is for buy trades to the upside, okay? Again, anything can happen with the interest rate decision on Wednesday by the U.S., but for now, short term down, and then you can look for possible bounce up, or price could, well, we'll wait and see. But the important thing is what will happen when price comes down to this area right here. Okay, so. The next pair I've got is, and I just want to have a quick look. Yeah, for the LOD, you can see that price is coming down into this, into the area between the high and low yellow lines. So that would be neutral right there. And again, wait and see. You're either looking for buying decision, buying evidence to the upside, or selling evidence to the downside. Okay, now we get to the Australian USD. Okay, with this currency pair, you can see go back again a few weeks to the high here. Do you see where my cursor is? Okay, so you can see we've had a massive volatile swing down. Okay, very impulsive move to the downside. Here's a corrective move, then down again, then a corrective move. But you can see even with this last current corrective move, we've not really made a higher high. Okay, we're testing this support. I'm sorry, we're testing the resistance zone here in the gray rectangle again, and then we had to bounce off the resistance here. However, we're making higher lows. So does that mean price is going to break through to the upside? Not necessarily. My bias is to the downside. The momentum here in the MACD, you can see it is shifting toward the downside. So, or another way to look at it is the uptrend swing here is decreasing in momentum. That's what this means here. So we could expect a break to the downside past this. The trend lines I've drawn in here in the blue, but especially you can look to take a sell trade below 0.7370, which is right here below 73.70. You can take if price breaks below that, price most likely is going to go down much further. But again, right now we're in a sideways mode, so just be aware that it's almost like a bear flag. You can see here's the upside down flagpole. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag. Okay, so you can see here's the flag, and I expect price to break down to the downside at some point soon. Also, the Australian dollar is tied into the price of gold. We'll show you that in just a minute, and gold is actually getting weaker and weaker as well. So I expect more movement to the downside. Okay, and let's take a quick look at the LEOD chart. You can see here we've actually broken down through the lower yellow line. So the rules for this state that when price breaks through and closes below the lower yellow line, you want to take a sell trade. We certainly look at the MACD. That's the momentum shifting to the downside. That's good. And right now, if you were to take a sell trade, your stop would actually be on the other side of the upper yellow line. So you're looking at a stop of I'm sorry, this is the H4 chart, but if you're trading on the H4, your stop would only be like 40 pips, 33, 40 pips. On the daily, you can see daily we're stuck right in the middle there. Here's the daily, and price right now seems to be shifting to the downside. So there is still room for price to go to the down, and then may eventually break right through here the lower trend line as well. So okay, so that's that. Quick look at gold. You can see here's the gold daily chart. Gold has just been plummeting. I mean, from a high here, it's been going down, down, down. We've had a huge on Friday. Let me just shift this. Okay, there we go. This is the trading as of last week. Okay. Um, Last week, you can see we're making price of gold is actually coming down, and eventually gold could come down all the way down to this area. I've marked it in on your charts already, so gold could come down all the way here to about the 1100, 1150 area. And I believe it probably will. Okay, so when gold is coming down in price, well, that affects the Australian currency as well. Now we shift to the New Zealand USD. Here's the daily chart. He had a huge bearish candle on Friday. You can see that right here. We are at a support zone. As of the previous week, price had been going up and up and up, broke through the resistance, went through. Made a new high here, and now it's come back down. So basically, um, will price kind of shift to the upside again, or will price keep coming down? Right now, I'm going to say that price is going sideways, so you don't want to do anything. We want to wait for further evidence, and the evidence is this: once price comes back, if price comes back to the upside, like bounces off the support and bounces to the upside, we want to take a buy trade above this area right here. Okay, you can see that with the crosshair. So we want to take a buy trade here. Or if price closes below the trend line, we want to take a sell trade toward the 200 SMA. If it breaks the 200, price will then come back down to test a previous long-term support with the gray rectangle here. Okay, so right now we don't want to do anything. Let price do its thing, whether it's down, up, it doesn't really matter. We just want to see and wait for evidence to either the upside or to the downside. Okay, right now the momentum is shifting to the downside, and I believe price will most likely go sideways from here until we get again the interest rate news on Wednesday. Okay, now we moved to the LEOD. You can see again same thing what I just mentioned. Price is coming into a no buy territory. There's no decision just yet because price is actually closed between the upper and lower yellow lines. Now we get to the US CAD. Here's another currency. This currency pair, especially the Canadian dollar, is tied into the price of oil, and as you know, oil has been going higher and much higher over the last week, and that reflects in this currency pair as the U.S. dollar has become weak against the strengthening of the Canadian dollar. So that's why you see price coming back down. I believe price is going to come back down even further, down to this previous support zone area. And so we are in a downtrend. Price also, you can see closed below the 100 SMA. You can see that right here with the dashed blue line. And we're going to come into this support area of 130.80, 130.100. Okay. And from there, you can take a look at buying opportunity, especially um, in front of the interest rate decision that's coming on Wednesday. So if there's good news from the U.S., then certainly price is going to bounce up really quickly. up again, and that could present to you a really good buying opportunity. Okay, so watch for a bounce higher from this level, but in the meantime, price I believe is going to come back down lower. Sunday, once trading opens up on Sunday evening after 5 p.m., there's often a good move of 40, 50, 60 pips or so, and that may indeed happen on the Monday, and then we'll see price maybe go sideways and then maybe bounce up again based on the interest rate news. But right now, momentum you can see is shifting to the upside. So if price comes down further or breaks this trend line, at some point, I believe price is going to bounce up higher again. Okay, now let's take a quick look at the LEOD. Wow, what a great trading opportunity on this chart, right? Okay, you can see price broke with this huge candle below the yellow line, getting in right there. And that would have been 6 days. This would have been the break on the Friday, last previous Friday, but that would have given you a huge opportunity for those that do watch the LEOD charts or are looking at the LEOD charts for trading opportunities. There would have been your entry after the close of that candle, right there, the entry, and that would have given you 141 pips. Amazing, pretty good, right? Or you could have been very conservative. See this bounce, this down up bounce right here. This we call that a valley. This is the peak. Okay, so a trade, but right below there would have given you some really good pips. And we had a lot of open space. So once price moved lower, price would have gone. The open space is from here to this area right here. Right. So right now, I believe price is still going to come down a bit further. Okay, oil. Again, you can see last week with the last 2 days, this is the daily chart, we had two huge up moves. We're right now at the resistance area again, and price is retesting the previous highs. So we're back. Take a look to the left side of the candle. Okay, so we're retesting this previous high resistance zone. I believe price is just going to try to shoot up through a little bit higher and then possibly come back down again. So just be aware of that. Price seems to be going higher again, and that gives strength to the Canadian dollar. Okay, now we get. Oh, I want to have a quick look. Yeah, you can see prices shot well past the upper yellow line here in that one, giving you a really good trading opportunity last week. And now we get to the U.S. Swiss franc. Take a look here, guys. We had a huge up move over the last few weeks. This is the daily chart. Then we had a bit of a pullback. Okay, so big swing up, a pullback right here to the moving averages, and then we had a bounce off the moving averages. So with this huge candle right here. So I expect price to be going higher. We are trending higher, but but again, take a look at this candle on the Friday. This is kind of a pin bar doji. You can see that on Friday. Let me just zoom that. Okay, can you see that right there? And if I go to the 4-hour chart, okay, so you can see we had this pin bar doji and we had a huge bearish candle. So I believe right now price is going to go sideways, may even come back down to this area right here. But again, watch for a bounce higher. Okay, um, and the bounce may, so just again, just watch for a bounce higher. But if price keeps coming down, and take a look at the MACD, momentum has now shifted to the downside. The MACD line, you can see that right here with my cursor. MACD has actually crossed the signal line, giving us a pretty good indication that price is going to come down a little bit further. Okay, so for those counter trend traders, or pullback traders, this could be a good opportunity for price to keep coming back down, giving some profits there, okay? But again, wait and look for buying evidence to the upside. The other thing is there's interest rate news from the Swiss National Bank on Thursday. However, I don't think there's much going to be coming out of that. I don't think they're going to do anything, and so it's not really going to impact on the Swiss franc that much at all. Okay, and finally, let's go back. Let me just switch this to the daily. So again, caution: we may have hit resistance here. Watch for price possibly to come back down from here, and then look. We could wait for price to bounce up again. Okay, and finally we get to the U.S. Japanese, and here you can see this previous week after, and this take a look at this vertical line. This vertical line is the close on last Friday's trading, but after that we had a small bit bullish candle, a doji, a doji, a doji, like three basically non-movement candles in a row, and then all of a sudden on Friday we had a huge up bullish candle indicating that price is now ready to go higher. But again, be aware of the interest rate news coming out on Wednesday. So price may go higher, a bit higher, and then all of a sudden, boom, it may just collapse and may present a great trading opportunity to the downside. Okay, so right now the Japanese yen continues to be weak. If you could take buy trades to the upside or wait for price to come back down a wee bit, then look for buying opportunities. But again, remember, interest rate news could change this upward movement altogether. Okay, so um, that's all I've got for you for this week. And again, the main theme is interest rate news from the U.S., especially on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Mark that on your calendars and be aware of that. So happy trading, everyone. Take care, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.